Hi guys, this is Brian. I am going to be taking apart my 1911 because I'm having some problems with hammer follow. Now, just to let you see, I've got some dummy rounds here. Now, check this out. Trigger not pulled, hammer follow. Oops, gonna lose my dummy rounds. Now, just to double check, dummy rounds, so you guys don't freak out. Pressure back on the trigger, no hammer follow. Now, I've done that a gajillion times. Not exactly sure what I need to change. I've adjusted the leaf spring, sear spring, whatever you want to call it. I had someone do a trigger job on this, supposedly a gunsmith that could do 1911 trigger jobs. Apparently not, so I decided to get new parts. So I'm going to take the magazine out. Now what I got is Extreme Engineering trigger group, Dawson Precision for Kimber 1911 Lightspeed 2 trigger group. Now it's kind of weird that it's labeled Kimber 1911. Now some of these parts are apparently different from a high cap gun like a STI. But then on these, the individually packaged Extreme Engineering, it says Hammer Extreme Engineering for all 1911 high cap Lightspeed 2 bevel blah blah blah. And it says that on all the parts. So I don't know what Dawson is distinguishing between. Now it came with a Wolf sear spring, which I don't know if my sear spring has issues. If I'll probably put this in, try both of them, see how it works. I did get what I believe, there we go, is a lighter pound mainspring, 15-pound mainspring. Not sure what the main factory one is, but that's the only part that'll probably change off camera because it's a pain in the ass, and I have to use a C-clamp, and it just, it's kind of a pain in the ass. But all the other stuff I should be able to do on camera. Wheeler Engineering cheap screwdriver set. That's what I like. Cheap stuff that works. So let's get started. That's too big. These are $15 grip panels from ProMag, and they are actually awesome. They've got a ton of texture, and they're 15 bucks. I was gonna get some whatchamacallums, VZ grips, because those are basically the industry standard for coolness. On other grip panels, you wouldn't necessarily have to take them off. The reason I do on these is, see, there's no cut there to get this pin out, so that's the only reason I have to take mine all the way off. Just depends on your grips. Let's move some of these parts. Anyways, next step is to get on my little makeshift cork thing. Now you get your punch in the indented side of the pin. Hammer the sucker out, and you're going to have some pressure on your pin. Usually it's not that big of a deal. Anyways, then your mainspring pops right out. This is a Dawson Precision mainspring, ice magwell, steel, or aluminum. I can't freaking remember. Anyways, to get your mainspring out, you're going to have to put a ton of pressure on that and then gently pop this pin out, and do not let this go flying. That's the hardest part about this, and that's why I'm probably going to do this off camera. So now, pretty much all you do is pop your safety up. Actually, no, never mind. Okay, I'm messing up. Okay, you pretty much take your safety, lift it halfway up, kind of wiggle it, and it will come out. At that point, your grip safety will pop off. So we'll stick both of those in there. And then your leaf spring, sear spring, basically falls out too. Then you want to take this out. Your safety plunger. If yours doesn't already have a kink in it, like that, you might want to put a kink in yours just so that when you take your safety out, it doesn't go boing and fly out. Now you can just, I believe, push out your hammer pin. Put that in the jar. And your hammer and hammer spur will come out. Now, since I'm changing well, first let's do this. Then we're gonna get my smaller punch and punch out the sear pin, and then your get out of there. At that point, your disconnector and your sear. Now this, I need to get this hammer spur off. Not exactly sure how easy that or hard that's gonna be because I've never done it. So also, to save time, I'm going to go off camera, pause the video. I'm just going to try and punch this out, get the hammer spur off so that I can put the new, which I'm not sure if I really wanted this style necessarily, but it's just what they had, put the more classic hammer on. But I got to get this spur onto this hammer. So, 1 minute. Okay, well, needless to say, that was the hardest thing I've ever freaking done. But I finally got it. I'm probably going to have to replace this pin at some point. I've never seen a weak pin like that in my life. It completely smashed on this one side and I had to freaking sand it down. But hammer struts on there, better freaking work. Put this new disconnector and sear in. Look how nice that looks compared to the old one. I mean, you can just tell it's higher quality. You get your sear and disconnector back in. Your disconnector should be able to move freely up and down, and the sear should be like that pinhole. The pin right here has a little lip on it so that it won't go all the way through because it's pretty loose in there. Okay, the other pin right there is also has a little lip right there. Now I can feel the sear catching right there. You can make that not catch by, I don't know, there's some, there you go. Then you can move your hammer up a little bit. Okay, now grip safety time. We will put that in there. Take our little teeny plunger that we almost lost. Place it in there. And then take our other detent here. Jam it in as far as we can go. And then take our safety. Hopefully this safety works. Put that in there. And we might need to just push this. I have a hard time with this sometimes. And it might even be harder if these parts don't want to fit with the safety. Okay. Alright. Not sure yet. But that's a problem. Great. There we go. Okay. Now I have not changed the mainspring yet. I want to make sure everything's okay. We'll try out the new Wolf sear spring. Now all this does jeez, that's got some freaking, oh, you know what, I'm skipping steps. Flip up your hammer spur. Just slide that up and in. Kind of pull it until that notch gets in there. Now you want to kind of press down on it to give some tension. Make sure you've got some trigger return tension, and you should then be able to actually kind of pull the trigger like that. Then we put and actually you can do it in different order. I just kind of find it somewhat easier this way. Now we have to go back to this again. Which is a pain. Okay. Yeah, that That safety's gonna have to be touched up. I can tell already. Anyways, make sure that's in. I'll have to do the safety on a part 2 because this video's taking too long. Ah, that wolf spring's got a ton of tension on everything. Ton. Anyways, we're gonna put that. Damn. Is that right? Just feels like it has a ton of tension. There. Make sure the hammer's down. Try and get the spring in place. Usually this is not this hard. Holy crap. That was crazy. Alright. And we'll get that half started. That should just go right on and in. I'll just sort of tighten this back up for a second. Just hand tighten it. Okay. Put the slide on and see where we're at. Definitely looks weird with that little hammer on there. Kind of funny looking. Well, let's kind of jam the grips on just to get a better pretty dang good trigger pull. And I bet if I switch that mainspring, would even be better. I'm looking for just a little bit of movement on the hammer for safety. Here's the problem. Let's see. I can't engage the safety. Now, I'll have to break that into another video. I've never really done it before. Hell, this is already going to be a 3-part series because this is another 12 minutes. I'll have to break that into another video, but everything seems to be doing fine except for the safety. Now, what's good is since I can't move it, that means this safety's still good. If it moved and I could engage the safety and it didn't reliably make the trigger not go, then let's check the grip safety. Grip safety seems to be fine. So it's just this. But what's good is that with extra material we can always remove more and make it work with this. So, till next time. I almost forgot. Okay, dummy rounds, lock this back. Magazine in, dummy round. Nothing on the trigger. No hammer follow. So, something in there is fixed. Alright, see you next time.